Hi, welcome back. It is Monday, April 14th, 2025. I have just 4 orders today to pick and pack, so we're going to get to that pretty quickly. But first thing we're going to do is add yesterday's sales to the tracking board. I've been tracking which days of the week get the most sales. So let's take a look at this. I just put a whiteboard up here, so here we go. All right, so far, Monday and Friday both are clearly ahead, but now we have Sunday, so there's 5 there. I had 5 sales yesterday. Today's Monday, like I said. So we got 10 now for Sundays. So we'll just keep this going for the next few months, try to track which days get the most sales. And I wasn't sure why I was doing this, but then I did start thinking that maybe this is good information for which days to have auctions going on or off, or even which days of the week are best to have new listings. So right now, clear winner Thursday and Friday, compared to, Monday only has 2. So I guess there's probably only 1 week of Mondays in this month so far. Anyway, this is my new project, so we'll see how it goes, if I keep up with it or not. I think I probably will. But in any event, we just have these 4 orders to get packed. It's been quite a long day. Last night I finished up packing about 9:30, and I went back upstairs with the intention of going straight to bed because it had been a pretty long weekend, and I had to work in the morning on Monday. So I ended up sitting down and messing around, doing really not much of anything for quite a while. I did not end up going to bed until 2:30 and probably didn't get to sleep until 3:30. Then I have to be up by 7:30 to get to work. So it's been a long day, and this packing is not the first thing on my list of things that I really want to do right now. I am ready for bed. So let's get this packing done as quickly as possible so I can get a good night's sleep for a change. Okay, let's get going. This is the first night in quite a long time where, we just got an order. Oh, a pretty good one too. Let's put that in the spreadsheet. This is the first night in quite a long time where I just had to sort of make myself come down here and get this work done, because it has been a long, harrowing day. Nothing really happened, but I've just been tired. So yeah, this order just came in just now, like 1 second ago. So I thought it was going to be a quick night, only packing these 4 orders, but it just turned into 5. So this is some kind of a room deodorizer or something. I'll pull it up. Once I pull it from the inventory, we'll see if we can figure out what it is and why somebody wants to buy it. Okay, I don't like to waste your time watching me fool around with a spreadsheet, but I need to get this moved. So I have one sheet that's just for everything that's listed, and then I have several sheets for every month's sales, and then at the end of the year I'll combine all of the months into one spreadsheet for the entire year's sales. This is more work than is really advisable, and I think I'm going to continue doing this method for the rest of this year, and then think of some other way to track my income and expenses next year. I have a subscription to Seller Ledger, and they track all of the money that goes in and out of my eBay account and in and out of my bank, the bank account that's associated with my eBay sales. So for the most part, that's everything that I need to keep track of money to tell the government when it's tax season. But I kind of, just for my own edification, I like to see what each item sells for. And there's no good reason to keep track of that information. It's just kind of for fun. And I guess so that I can know which kind of items I want to keep my eyes out for. So, like for instance, this thing we're just about to get. Let's grab it right now. It's Diptyque. I think it's a French perfume company. Anyway, I never heard of it. And where is it? Let's go back to here. I never heard of it, but I saw this at the Goodwill, I think. I saw it at the Goodwill, and I've been looking a lot more at like cosmetics and things like that. W4A. So this was in that aisle. It was still mostly sealed. I was gonna say cellophane, but I don't know if that is old-fashioned language. But it was shrink wrapped, and the shrink wrap was excuse me. The shrink wrap was mostly still intact, but it had peeled off a little bit, and so I decided to just take it off the rest of the way. But I looked that up, and that one had been selling between $50 and maybe $75. I think it's like a room, something to spray in the room to make the room smell the way you want it to smell. I'll tell you what I sold it for when we're packing it. Okay, some Cuisinart attachments, cutting blades. Okay, what's next? Oh, this board game I don't really want to have to pack tonight, but here we go. BR1, I think it's this white box. I would like for more of these games to move. Because I wanted to just have these two bottom rows be board games down here, and I've ended up spreading it all over to this area. Quoridor. Okay, that's 3. Okay, H5. Are both of these in H5? No. Oh, these are some salt and pepper shakers. Pretty small package. That'll be easy to pack. And then one more item should be over here. W5B. I feel like this box has been, I think this is the heaviest box in the entire inventory, and it's been up and down multiple times over the last 4 or 5 days. It's just because it has these Architectural Digest magazines in here, and this is not the ideal place to store them, but that's where I put them. And if you don't know, magazines are very heavy. It's basically like a block of wood. So let's get that back up there. Okay. So that final sale that just came in, I shouldn't say final, we'll probably get some more sales before the end of the night, hopefully. But this sale of this, let's find out exactly what it is. Diptyque Paris. This says on the bottom, berries. It's like berry scented. Okay, Diptyque Bays 5.1 ounce interior scent spray, parfum. I thought it would sell faster because of, what I had seen on the comps when I was researching it in the store. I didn't have it that long, but I thought it would sell in just a couple of days. I just bought it at the end of January at the Goodwill for $3. I might put this in a bigger box because it is pretty expensive. Maybe this box. Yeah, this will be perfect. I know it's been listed long enough that it ended up in one of my sales. So for the last 2 weeks, I've been running 3 markdown events. So anything that's been listed for more than a month is 10% off. Anything more than 2 months, 15%, and then anything more than 3 months is 20%. And it's definitely made a lot of sales. I'll do a breakdown. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow once this sale is officially over. It ends tonight at midnight, these 3 sales. So maybe tomorrow's video will start with a breakdown of the results of that sale. In any event, it did pretty well, I would say. I did move a lot of stuff, and my shop has been pretty stagnant for a little while. But this I expected to sell for $70. So after the sale price, it sold for $56.69, which I'm still very happy with. I only paid $3 for it. I'm just covering these old labels. Okay, Sharpie. Okay, this is called Diptyque. It's spelled Diptyque. So I don't know if this is a made-up French product or if it's actually made in Paris or really what it is. I never heard of it before until I found this. And then not shortly after, I found some like airline, like first class airline little comfort bags, like a cosmetic bag. And one of them had 2 small little tubes of Diptyque hand cream or face cream or something like that. Okay, 2 pounds. This is 10 by 7 by 5. So yeah, I'm happy to sell that for $56. That's a good turnaround, but it did take, you know, a little longer than I thought it would. This is going to TTD. I really only ever had one person to reach out to me about it. They asked if it was counterfeit, which I wouldn't believe it is, but I don't know. I mean, how could I really know? I bought it at the Goodwill. Okay, turn the lights on out here. I'm getting this. I think the next thing up is these Cuisinart blades, and I think they'll fit in this box. It seems like, I would say maybe at least 50% of my sales over the last couple of weeks have come from offers that people have sent me. I send out a lot of offers and almost none of them get accepted. I think I've only sold one thing from an offer that I initiated, but seller initiated ones are coming in all the time. And I set up minimums. So I typically, if I put a sale price that I want, a buy it now price, I'll put a minimum best offer amount of about 20% of that. And anything less than that, like eBay will just automatically reject it. And I don't have to see a lot of lowball offers. I've seen a lot of people suggesting that using that minimum offer option is a bad business practice. That if somebody sends you an offer that's lower than you would accept, you can just send a counter offer, and that's how you make sales. But I mean, I grew up in the Midwest where the price is the price, you know. I don't do well with haggling. Cuisinart. This is 4 pounds, 9 by 9 by 9, and it's going to EM. So I got this at St. Vincent de Paul shop that I almost never go to, and the few times I have gone there, I found very little worth picking up. But this trip I did find quite a few things. So I got this Cuisinart thing for only well, let's see, $3.50. This was in the end of February, so just slightly more than a month ago. And I had it listed for $59.99, and then I got an offer today for $49, so that's $10 off. I think it probably would have sold for full price, but right now I'm clearing out inventory, so I'm happy to take that $49, $3.50 into $49 in a month. Let's take this out and get rid of this basket. So the next thing is this Quoridor game. It's a pretty cool game. Looks like my camera shut down. I'm not sure why. So I don't know how much we missed, but I was talking about how my carrier went on vacation and and having to go deliver my packages myself to the post office really drove home how much I rely on her and how thankful I am that she's here to do that for me. And she, I haven't lost any packages by doing it this way. You know, everything that I've put out on the porch, and at least in this year, has been delivered with no issues. But you'll see a lot of advice to always go to the office and get your packages scanned. That's the only way you can be sure your insurance, your postal insurance, is going to take effect if the package gets lost. I've been thinking about how, like, just after doing this for a week, going off an hour a day to deliver packages to the post office, and I've been thinking I wouldn't really even mind if one of these packages goes missing off of my porch, because the amount of time I've saved by having the carrier pick them up is vastly more valuable than the time. Whatever. I'm having a hard time composing my thoughts. These are some Spode pottery salt and pepper shakers. I probably should have showed them too, but they I got a bunch of Spode Christmas tree stuff from a Facebook Marketplace deal. A guy moving just wanted to get rid of them. Almost everything. I think everything that he gave me was unused, but it had been in the basement for a while. So the boxes were pretty mangled, dusty, and weird. And he told me that BLB. He told me that his mother-in-law insisted that they buy these once after they got married. So I don't know if they were wedding gifts or they actually had to purchase them themselves. But he said the mother-in-law insisted that we get these, and we never used them one time. So I have a whole bunch of this Spode pottery stuff that it doesn't look very well constructed to me, but I guess it is pretty collectible. So I got those for free. The guy just wanted help clearing his house out. And that was on March 9th. I went and picked that stuff up. And I sold those today for $19.99 plus shipping. Okay, here's a little bit of a vacuum cleaner attachment. This goes to a Kirby vacuum. I got a bunch of, a whole set of Kirby attachments at the Goodwill bins. I almost never go there. It's not conveniently located for me. But for some reason one day I ended up there, and They charge by the pound. So buying heavy stuff there is probably not ideal, but this stuff is not that heavy. It's not really that valuable either. I already sold one piece of this Kirby vacuum attachment stuff, and I think that one piece already covered the cost of the entire trip there. So this one, I put down here a cost of goods of $1.57. This was in February 21st of this year. So not really that long ago. Anyway, $1.57. I only sold this for $9.99. So this probably isn't really worth, this probably wouldn't be worth messing around with again. I don't know if I would buy these vacuum cleaner attachments again, but I won't lose money on it. But I won't make much either. Let's cover that. Kirby. This box is going to be pretty light. It's over a pound. Almost everything is over a pound today. And this box has been through a lot. It looks like it has a little bit of staining on it, and I don't feel great about sending it, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, 12 by 9 by 7. And this is going to a buyer whose initials, oh, this is going to eBay International Shipping. So now I'm extra embarrassed about this gross box. EIS, I'm just going to write on here. Anna Maria. What country is this going to? Italy. So this thing is going to end up all the way in Italy. I like those. I like eBay International Shipping orders. They're good for me. Okay, I'm going to enter all this information into the eBay bulk label purchasing tool and buy these labels, and then I'm not going to make you watch me type in a bunch of data. So just hold on a second, and I'll be right back. Okay, it looks like the camera cut out quite a bit of this recording tonight, so I'm just going to edit this together, and there's going to be a few, maybe 10 minutes missing out of the middle of it. So sorry if you were really wanting to see me put a board game in a box, but you're not going to get to see it tonight. Okay, I spent $40 on shipping labels right now. I'm going to just buy them and get them printed and then get them put on these boxes. So I was talking about my carrier. She left me a note saying she was going to be on vacation last week. So I took all my boxes to the post office in person all during the week. And I thought she would be back today. So I left a card for her, welcoming her back, hoping that she had a nice vacation and thanking her for all the work that she does for me and for everyone. And I left that on the porch with my packages and with a little gift for, thanking her. So then I considered, as I was leaving the card on the stack, I thought she might not actually be coming back. I mean, she just said I'm going to be off next week, but she didn't tell me when she was coming back for sure. So I thought, oh no, I'm going to just give this card to some guy, somebody I don't know. Not that I know her that well, really. I've only ever spoken to her 2 times. Anyway, when I was at work today, I got a little notification from the Blink cameras that there was activity on the porch, and I looked at it, and sure enough, it was just some dude picking up my packages, and I saw him pick up the first package and drop the card on the ground. But then the camera cut off, so I assumed he would have picked it up and either taken it to the post office or taken it for himself. But when I got home, it was just laying on the porch. So I'm going to keep that. I'm not going to put that out again tomorrow. I'm going to wait until I see that she's actually back, and then I'll put it out again, and hopefully that she'll get that. Yeah, she does a great job, and I want her to stay on my side. So if I can leave her a little thank you note every once in a while, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so 2, 4, 5 boxes today. Let's go quickly look at this rundown, and we'll see how much money we made today. So, okay, that Diptyque, that interior scent spray, after fees and everything, we made $44.85 on that. The Cuisinart, I took that offer, so I probably made a little less than I should have on this, but $36.76 is not too bad. The board game, that was another one that was on sale, and then also an offer, so that's only $12.16. Then we're looking at, I don't think you even saw me pack it, Kirby vacuum attachment. I think that was in the missing footage. There's a little gray vacuum part I got from the Goodwill bins. And that only made us $6.74, and that's going to Italy. eBay international shipping. And then finally, the Spode. I'm not sure if you saw this either. Spode Christmas tree salt and pepper shaker set, brand new in the box. I got those for free from a Facebook Marketplace deal where a guy was moving and just trying to get his house cleared out before he had to move everything. And those salt and pepper shakers earned $18.22. So total for today, after fees and everything, $118.73. So yeah, there's always a possibility that more orders will come in before 2 a.m., the end of the business day here. And I'll have to pack those in the morning. I wish I could set the end of the business day a little earlier because I don't like having to rush in the morning to see if there's any orders to pack. Anyway, so far for April, the average profit per day is $112.06, and that's an average sale price of $23.07. So we're moving right along. Let's look at this spreadsheet really quickly. So last year, April, we made $1,952. And right now we are for April, we're at $1,568. So we're only about just less than $400 until we meet last year's goal, and we are not quite halfway through the month. So I'm sure we will definitely exceed what we made last year. I'm pretty confident about that. But I'm basically trying to double last year's profits each month. So I don't think that's probably going to happen. Last month we were like 17% over, and we need to be 100% over. So we're just going to keep trucking and see where we end up at the end of the year. Whoops, dropped my tape gun. Okay, I'm apologizing before we end here for my lethargy. This has been a less than exciting video, but it's all done now. So hopefully you'll be back tomorrow and we'll have something a little bit more exciting to look at. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.